Some stories are so powerful they stay hidden for years, until the truth finally refuses to stay quiet. Hollywood is no stranger to tragedy, but Charlize Theron's childhood holds a truth so heavy that even decades later, it still sends a chill through anyone who hears it. It's the kind of story people whisper about, a moment so violent and life-altering that it reshaped an entire destiny. Charlize rarely speaks about it, but when she does, her voice carries the weight of a memory that never fully loosens its grip. Long before the red carpets, before the fame, before the unshakable poise she carries today, Charlize was just a quiet girl growing up on a farm in Benoni, South Africa. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary childhood. Wide fields, tall grass, and the hum of her father's construction business drifting through warm afternoons. But behind the closed doors of their home, another reality was unraveling. Her father, Charles, battled alcoholism, and his inner chaos seeped into every corner of their lives. Charlize learned early that danger doesn't always announce itself. Some nights, the tension in the house was so sharp it felt like it could slice the air in half. And then came the night that changed everything. Her father, drunk and violent, crossed a line he could never return from. Her mother, Gerda, calm, protective, and fierce when necessary, did what she had to do to save them both. It was ruled self-defense, but for Charlize, that ruling did nothing to erase the scar the moment carved into her life. Childhood ended in a single heartbeat, but if trauma tried to break her, it failed. Instead, Charlize developed something rare, a quiet resilience wrapped in grace. Dance became her escape, the one place where her body could express what her voice never could. At just 12, she left home to study ballet in Johannesburg, fueled by a determination far beyond her years. She was searching for freedom, for purpose, for anything that felt like a life she could control. And yet, destiny had more twists waiting for her. A devastating knee injury stole ballet from her just as she was finding her footing. For months, she drifted, lost between who she had been and who she could become. Once again, it was Gerda, the unwavering anchor, who stepped in. "You can cry," her mother told her, "or you can begin again." Charlize chose to begin again. Her mother bought her a one-way ticket to Los Angeles. No promises, no guarantees, just a leap of faith into a world that didn't even know her name yet. What Charlize didn't realize was that she was about to step into a journey far more extraordinary than anything ballet could have given her. Los Angeles can be cruel to dreamers, and Charlize arrived with nothing but a duffel bag, a thick accent, and a stubborn refusal to give up. She spent her early days juggling tiny apartments, rejection after rejection, and casting directors who barely looked up when she walked into the room. To most people, she was just another hopeful face in a city overflowing with them. But fate has a strange way of moving when you least expect it. One afternoon, inside a busy bank on Hollywood Boulevard, Charlize found herself arguing with a teller who refused to cash a check sent by her mother. Her frustration cracked through her normally composed exterior, loud enough that a talent manager waiting in line turned around and took notice. That moment of raw emotion, unfiltered and real, was the spark. He approached her afterward, offered his card, and within weeks Charlize was training, auditioning, and stepping into a world she never imagined she belonged to. Small roles came first, quick scenes, flashes of potential. But even in silence, she had a presence that demanded attention. By the time 2 Days in the Valley hit theaters, people weren't just watching her. They were trying to figure out who she was and where she had come from. Then came the film that changed everything. In 1997, Charlize stood toe-to-toe with giants, Keanu Reeves, Al Pacino, in The Devil's Advocate. It wasn't her beauty that stunned audiences. It was the haunting emotion she delivered, the vulnerability that slipped out between every line. Critics started paying attention. Hollywood started paying attention. But Charlize wasn't chasing fame. She was chasing truth, roles that demanded something deeper, something honest. Her hunger for authenticity pushed her forward, film after film. The Cider House Rules revealed her emotional range. But it was Monster in 2003 that detonated her career. She transformed completely, physically, emotionally, spiritually, into Aileen Wuornos, a performance so raw it felt like watching someone unravel in real time. The industry didn't just applaud. They stood, stunned. The Oscar she won wasn't luck. It was validation. People finally understood. Charlize Theron wasn't passing through Hollywood. Charlize's rise wasn't just about acting. Once she earned respect in Hollywood, she did something even bolder. She took control. She launched Denver and Delilah Productions, not as a vanity project, but as a lifeline to the kinds of stories no one else dared to make. Atomic Blonde, Tully, Young Adult, Bombshell. They weren't just films. They were extensions of her voice, her pain, her resilience. And with every risk, her power grew. Her performances turned into 8-figure paychecks. Her Oscar opened the door to some of the most lucrative brand partnerships in the world, most famously her long-running Dior contract, reportedly worth tens of millions a year. Her annual income soared to $30 to $40 million, yet she never chased extravagance. To Charlize, money wasn't about excess. It was about freedom, choice, the quiet security she never had as a child. That same intention shaped her Beverly Hills home. From the outside, it carries an old Hollywood glow, stone archways wrapped in ivy, a red door that warms like a lantern at sunset. Inside, the entire energy shifts, for stories of gentleness and quiet strength. A living room washed in soft sunlight, oak floors that feel lived in, a stone fireplace smoothed by time. French doors open to a view of the Hollywood Hills that stretches out like an endless exhale. Every room whispers who she is. The kitchen, bright, simple, warm, is where mornings start slowly, with sunlight pooling over marble counters like a calm invitation. Upstairs, the master suite feels like a refuge. Pale linens, soft light, a balcony where the wind carries birdsong into the room. Even the attic, with its wooden beams and scattered books, feels like a sanctuary crafted for thinking, dreaming, resetting. Step outside, and the home becomes a heartbeat. Stone paths curve through lavender and ferns, string lights flicker above a quiet dining corner, and a white swing sways under a canopy of bougainvillea. This isn't a mansion meant to impress. It's a life she is finally allowed to soften. And her cars? They reflect the same balance. The Audi A7 for calm mornings, the BMW X5 for stability, the Escalade for anonymity and fame, the white Range Rover for escape, windows down, ocean air in her lungs, Malibu cliffs rolling beside her like a reminder that freedom comes in motion. Everything in Charlize's world is deliberate, quiet, powerful, because after everything she survived, peace isn't a luxury. Charlize's real story unfolds far from the spotlight. She lives quietly in Los Angeles with her daughters, choosing beaches over red carpets and laughter at home over Hollywood noise. Her days are simple: coffee, sunlight, music, long walks. She isn't chasing fame anymore. She's protecting the peace she fought so fiercely to.